one like you around. Really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I am so into you. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it.
Are you a victim of your family constantly questioning you every holiday season? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years? And what career path are you choosing to take, but you really don't know what you want to do with your life, let alone know what you want to eat for breakfast? Been there. Or you constantly compare yourself to what you see on social media, measure what success looks like by the age of 25, but in reality, you just don't have it figured out? Done that. Lastly, are you a victim of constantly using Apple Pay, Klarna, QuadPay to buy all these lavish outfits from Fashion Nova, Shein, Pretty Little Thing to buy the nicest outfits so you can look cute on vacation or on date night or out going out with friends, but you don't have the full increment amount in your bank account, so you just pay it off little by little, but then you keep adding on to the cart every time, so you have multiple bills of Afterpay or Klarna or QuadPay? You know, I'm still kind of going through that. In the words of SZA, God bless these 20-somethings. United we stand, divided we fall. Or whatever the saying is. Right back to you, Bob. Bob? Bob? Did we lose him? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Tasha, and as you guys can see from the title below, I really wanted to give some advice for those that are in their early 20s or entering their 20s. Child, there are things I wish I knew entering the 20s club. I wish I knew. And you know what's crazy? I have siblings and nobody warned me how ghetto the 20s were. So what I'm gonna do, I'm about to spit some game, some tips, some advice to you guys based on my experience that I want to share with y'all that y'all might find helpful, or what to expect or what not to expect during your journey. Before I start this video, I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. You know, I want y'all to be in tune with me so y'all know when I drop a new video, so I can keep spreading some knowledge to you guys. And press the notification bell so you guys are notified every time I post. So now that you guys are settled in, let's start this video. So I have my phone with a list of things that I wrote down that I want to share from my experience that I recommend that you guys are aware of. You know, if you don't know, I'm about to enter my late 20s. And it's crazy. I'm about to be 27. So, you know, I'm almost 7 years seasoned in this game. So I know a little 1-2 about what to expect in this era that we call ghetto in your 20s, okay? So let's start with the first one. One thing I suggest to you guys that I cannot stress enough, everybody down to dance floor with this one, with this gem. Start building your credit. Say it with me. Start building your credit. I can't stress that enough. If you got a job at the age of 5, I don't even care. Start building your credit from then, because credit is so important, especially in this world, to get the things that we want. If you want a nice home, a nice car, a loan, all these things, your credit has to be chef kiss, okay? So one thing people think that you need in order to start building your credit is that you need a credit card. Yes, having a credit card definitely plays a big role in building your credit. When I have a credit card, there's different ways that you can build your credit up, such as paying your phone bill on time. If you have any loans that you took out, make sure you pay that on time, or pay at least a little over the minimum of your loans that you taken out. If you live on your own, make sure you pay your rent on time. That helps build your credit. If you don't have a phone, if you don't have your own place or have any loans and you feel like you want to use a credit card, my suggestion is to start with a low credit limit. Whether if it's $100 credit card limit, $400, $500, whatever you feel like it's low to you, start off that way. Depending how well you make your payment on time, your credit limit can increase. So let's just say your credit limit is $300. I heavily suggest that you only spend what you have in your bank account. If you have a $300 credit limit and you know you don't have the full $300 in your bank account, don't max out your card if you know you cannot make that payment on time. So what I suggest is spend 1/3 of your credit limit. So if it's $300, spend $100 during that month. If you know you have $100 to pay back on your due date, definitely pay it on time. So if your due date is on the 1st, I recommend you pay days before, maybe 3 days before the 1st. Like, credit companies really look at that like, wow, he or she is really on time with their payments. I trust them that I can loan them money and they can always pay me back on time. If you spent $100 out of your $300 credit limit, you do have an option of making a minimum payment of, let's just say, $25 per month to finish paying off your $100. But if you know you can pay more than your minimum, do it.
2 + 2 is 4, right? And 5 + 5 is 10. Okay. What the fuck is this?
Pay off the $100. That's even better. But if you want to slowly pay off the minimum, that is okay. I just highly suggest you spend what you have in your account. That's just my opinion. Definitely build your credit up so you can have the things that you always desired. So yeah, that's definitely my #1 advice when entering your 20s, or even before that. If you have a job and you got income, just start building your credit. It won't hurt you. It's actually gonna help you in the long run. So definitely suggest that. Another tip that I suggest that I regret that I did not do early on in my 20s, or even once I turned 18, I should have definitely had a savings account. Well, granted, I had a savings account, but I never put anything in it. I just cared about my checking. No. I suggest, if you are a working person, please take out some money from your direct deposit and put it straight into your savings, because you never know when you may need that money. Or let's just say you might have a goal that you are trying to reach, whether if it's moving out, you have, I don't know, you're trying to pay for school, you have a trip coming up. There might be different reasons for you on saving your money, but I'm telling you, it's going to help you in the long run. So I suggest that you take out a good percentage out of what you get paid, whether if it's 10%, whether if it's $10 every 2 weeks, or even $100, depending on how much you make. I really recommend that you take out a small percentage and put it into your bank account. I'm pretty sure most mobile bank apps does this, where you can schedule when you get paid, and it would automatically take from your direct deposit and put a percentage into your savings. So I have that option. I used to do one payment a month to put into my savings, but now, because I finished paying off my ridiculous credit card, I'm able to save more money. So now I moved it to now bi-weekly, I take out a certain number out of my check and put that amount into my savings. I did not do that in my early days. My priorities with money was so messed up. I just cared about going to the mall, getting my nails done, buying outfits to go to the club with my friends. My priorities with my finances were so messed up that I was not thinking about having a savings account. But because I have a goal of moving outside of New York, or even traveling, I have different bank accounts, one dedicated to my moving goal and one to my traveling. So do what you can handle. Take out a percentage of what you get paid, whether it's bi-weekly, once a month, every other month, that is up to you. But definitely have a savings account. It will help you in the long run, especially if there is an emergency. Anyways, next. So you might not like this one. Maybe y'all haven't experienced this, maybe y'all have. For the people that have, I want to say in your early 20s, just expect you and your friends are going to change. And what I mean by that, the people that you started with, and for example, let's just say you go to college, right? The people that you grew up with in high school or elementary school may not be your friends 2 years down the line. As you get older, you really do change, and so does your friend group, and that's okay. And that does not mean like anything happened between you and your friend, but life really be lifing. Like, you may not talk to your friends as much anymore. You might be so busy where you guys only talk maybe like once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. And it's not that there's anything wrong, it's just like things change. You're starting to think about your career. I don't know, everybody has different life goals, but your friend group is going to change. You might notice you start off with a large amount of friends and notice like now you only have 2 friends, and honestly that is the best way to go. It is not about the amount of friends, it is the quality, okay? It is normal, especially at this age where people grow apart, and that doesn't go for everyone. Luckily, I am still friends with my friends from elementary school, high school, and college. However, we do not talk every day, but it is still love. We are in our mid-20s, late 20s now, so we are all focused on our goals. Some of us are getting married, some is having kids, some is trying to focus on a career, settling down, whatever the case may be. We don't talk every day, but when we do link up, it's a vibe. We love each other. So I just want to say, like, you're not gonna be where you was in high school, or if you're not even attending college, just in general. Your friend group most likely may change. Just don't be shocked if you notice that things change in your friend dynamic, and that necessarily does not have to be a bad thing. But that's one thing I noticed as I got into my 20s. It's like before entering my 20s, like me and my friends literally would talk every day. We were close to the hip. Now as I'm getting older, they're getting older, it's not that we're drifting apart, but we are just focused on different things in our life. Like, life can be a lot, especially when you are driven and you're focused. Like, you don't have that same mindset you did as you did when you were 18 or 15. Sometimes change is needed, so you might notice that you and your friend group will change, where you guys may no longer be friends, or you guys are still friends but you guys don't talk as much. Now you are 20 something, you are thinking more, you might think differently. You might have a friend that's still stuck in their high school way versus you, where you kind of evolve. Like, things just happen, or you guys just have differences now that you guys are getting older. This situation varies for many different people, but it is not shocking that that does happen during your 20s. Moving right along. Now this one, I have done this a lot in my life, in my early stages. And you know what? I recently just came off of stop trying to do it, but stop comparing your journey to others. I say that because I feel like society feels like by a certain age you're supposed to reach this certain level. Oh, you're 25, so you're supposed to be married, have kids, you're supposed to have this big time career, have a house and a picket fence and a dog, like the whole boom boom vibe. I'm 26 and I don't have any of that. I don't. And that's my reality. Don't compare what you see on social media or you see your friend have that you don't have. Just because you see someone that has a house by the age of 25 and you don't put yourself down. Don't compare your journey. Their journey is different from yours. You don't know what they did behind the scene to get to where they are at that point. If anything, I realize that just motivates me to go harder, or do something differently. But at times it can get discouraging when you see people in their early 20s like be millionaires, like Kylie Jenner, or these TikTok stars. They're just having this overnight success. If anything, use that as motivation just to work harder. And I know it's easier said than done to not compare your journey to others, but I'm telling you, it's just gonna hinder you. So you're gonna be stuck on what the next person is doing instead of what can I do to change my situation. And I definitely have been a victim of that, where I will see people online just getting a big time job, especially when they get a house. Like, I'm like, dang, I'm this age and I haven't accomplished this. God has a different timing and a different journey for you, so trust the process. You will get there. Just work harder, work smarter, and use it as motivation. So definitely stop comparing your journey to other people. The next advice is, it's okay to not have the answers and not have it all figured out. And I say that because I feel like sometimes we feel pressured, especially like by our family, or like when people question us like,
so what career path are you choosing?
So where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
And you really are just sitting there with the Nicki Minaj blank stare, like I don't know. It's okay not to know at your beginning phases. You're still learning yourself. You're still trying to figure out what you like and dislike. Oh, for example, I got my degree in psychology. Don't get me wrong, I do like psychology and what comes around it, and I'm currently working in that field. However, it is not my passion, and I had to realize that. Like I said, I am now entering my late 20s, finally knowing what I truly want to do. It took me 6 years to figure out, hey, I actually have a passion for content creating. So I want to follow in that path of working within that field. So you guys know I love to do YouTube and all these things, like just literally content creating. So I actually ended up praying about it. I actually fasted about it. It will be a different story time. I ended up getting my certificate in digital marketing e-commerce from Google, and honestly it was such a great course, and now I'm currently applying to jobs based around that field. Back then, I did not see that for myself. I did not know I would have this passion. Things change. Today, you might want to be a doctor, and tomorrow you realize you want to be a scientist. That is okay. That is going to happen. Your path might change every couple of months, where you're stuck and like don't know what you want to do. And that's why I really suggest that people try new things, try new hobbies, see what sticks for them, especially when it comes to the family dinners. Like, let's normalize it's okay to not have the answers right away. Like, it be intimidating. I don't know about y'all, but I be intimidated when people be asking me about my future. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. So I feel like that's an ongoing thing, but definitely in your early 20s, you're not gonna have the answers. But yeah, it's totally normal to feel lost and confused. Just make sure you don't stay stuck there. See what your passion truly is, and it will guide you on what career path that you really want to do. So definitely. The next one is explore and be curious. So when I say explore and be curious, I mean explore in terms of, like I said in the last one, trying new things. So maybe trying new food, trying a new country, trying a new hobby, maybe exploring a new city, a new town. You are young. Live it up to your best abilities. If you do the budget planning and your finances are good and straight, why not take the time to just explore and see what's out there? Try meeting new people. Like, I feel like this is the time where, especially if you don't have kids, you're not tied down, it's just you. Go out there and see what the world has to offer you. You may never know. Maybe you'll realize, I actually want to move outside of New York or wherever you live in, and try a new city, and you might find something there that you truly love and open so many doors and opportunities. So definitely keep yourself open to new opportunities, exploring new adventures. It's definitely fun, especially while you're young. I wish I did that when I was younger. I feel like I was pretty just like, I don't know, I feel like I really didn't take the time to explore and try new things, and I kind of regret it, which is why now I'm trying to be more open on like exploring new cities. Even though I hate flying, that's just another story for a different day, but I'm gonna do it. We're young, like we're hot, we're fresh, we're cute, so do what you gotta do, okay? And the next one is make memories and be in the present moment. Honestly, I wish, especially when I was in college, I wish I have definitely took more pictures. I don't know if y'all can relate, but I'm an introvert, so I don't really socialize with a lot of people like that. I kind of had social anxiety, and I still kind of do a little bit, but it's getting better. And I never involved myself in certain activities. I would never join group photos because, I don't know, I was just socially awkward, and I would always stay in my room. And I just felt like my room was just my safe place, and I don't know, I was just very introverted. But looking back, I wish I was more in the present moment with my friends, just capturing all the memories that we made, because we had a lot of great times. And looking back, I see the photos like I was there, but I was never in the pictures, and I'm like, I wish I didn't struggle with being introverted, you know? But definitely, you only live in your 20s once. Live it up, enjoy your time, have fun, capture all your memories so you have something you can look back on. And that's honestly simple. Just make the best out of your early 20s, because when you hit past 25, I'm gonna make another video about after your 20s. After you hit your mid-20s, it's a whole nother ballpark. Anyways, guys, that was just a little tips and advice about entering your 20s, being in your 20s, whatever you want to call it. I hope this was helpful to you guys that are in your early stages or about to enter this new chapter of life. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know if I should make a part 2 from those that are in their mid-late 20s, because that is a whole different ballpark. It really is. So with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.